So here are two AI apps that I believe will transform how you learn completely. They'll save you many hours and ultimately they'll change the way you see the future potential of AI. First up, let's set the scene. You're sat on the sofa, you're on the train, you're at your desk, happily doom scrolling away. You see an interesting post, a TikTok, a YouTube, a document, and you think, oh, I'll save that and I'll read or I'll watch it later. Now let me guess, if you're anything like me, you'll have tons of these saved and flagged with the best intention of reading or watching them later. But the reality is we're all super busy and it's highly likely you'll never ever visit them again. So I'm going to share two solutions today which are going to change all of that. First up, let's have a look at the first application, which is NotebookLM. So first off, head to notebooklm.google. If you don't have a Google account, you're going to need to set one up, but it's worth it for this application alone and there's no charge. Once you're in, click on Try NotebookLM. You'll see in the top right hand corner your Google account, and over to the left hand side you'll see Create New. Click on Create New and then it pops up with this upload source information. So all those bits of information I've been saving and flagging and bookmarking, I now want to drag into this AI summary tool. And for the purpose of this example, I've been trying to teach my dog some new tricks and been looking at dog training guides. So Roxy the boxer dog, here she is, the wonderful creature, is going to be trained, and the first document I'm going to upload is a PDF that I've saved, and you'll see now that that is in theory reading that document. So in a couple of seconds it's ready, and now it's going to offer me a number of options, a study guide, a briefing guide, and in theory it's going to summarize the information, which is cool but not unique. Lots of applications do this already, lots of generative AI documents, and there you see it comes back super quick to give me this. Now we'll just park that, bin that for now, we don't necessarily need it, and go back to that guide. So rather than just having a briefing document on one source of information, the cool thing here is I can upload more. So as well as that PDF, I'd also seen a pretty cool website from the RSPCA that I thought, let's get that bit of information in as well. So you just click on website there. I'm going to drop in the RSPCA dog training guide as a URL. So it is now, not only has it read the PDF that I uploaded, it's now read their entire website of content there as well. And one other thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to copy a link, another source, to a YouTube video. So just click on the YouTube option here and see if we can paste that in. There we go. So there's the YouTube video. So it's now got three sources of information, and it can provide exactly the same again, a briefing document, a table of content, which is great, but again, not necessarily unique. What I want to now do is generate an audio overview. So rather than sitting when I find time to read those documents or watch those videos, I want this to be presented back in a conversational style podcast, which is what it's going to do here. So we'll click on generate. Now this will take a moment or two, so I'll pause the video and we'll come back. Okay, so that did take around about 5 minutes, but let's remember it is reviewing three sources of information, and here it has generated a 21-minute podcast. So let's take a listen.
All right, diving deep into dog training today.
Oh yeah, always a fun one.
It is, and we've got some really cool sources to pull from. A training guide from Blue Cross,
Nice.
a YouTube video by Zach George, and then some expert advice from RSPCA.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there, and as you hear, it's generated a very realistic conversation between two people, but obviously they're not humans, they're not real, they're robots. Let's just skip on a little bit more.
Dog training deep dive. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of those essential commands?
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready to give our listeners some tools to build that amazing communication bridge with their furry friends.
Okay, here it's still very much in introduction mode, and what I tend to find is the first quarter of any of these videos is referencing the source, which I'm sure is important and relevant, but for your learning, skip through and you'll get used to that.
First, choose which side you want your dog to walk on.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And stick with it.
Right, no confusing them by switching sides.
Exactly.
Got it.
And then decide how far ahead you're comfortable with your dog walking.
Okay, let's wrap it up there. Now give that a go, have a play around with it, but I really do believe this is a strong solution to enhance anybody's learning. Okay, next up is Mapify. Now this is different in that instead of creating content such as a podcast or a summary, this is going to create a mind map. Okay, so head over to mapify.so, and here's the landing page. And for this, I'm going to import a video from YouTube. This is a keynote that I delivered a couple of years ago, and it's going to instantly watch that entire YouTube video. I think it's about 12 minutes or so, and it's going to start to create a mind map of the content. So here it goes, the mind map is ready. It now grabs the title straight away, and it starts to build out the key sections and the relevant points against each one. Super quick, and here we go. It's offering an upgrade option, but let's stay with the free version for now and explore it in a bit more detail. So in we go. Key topics that I talk about in that video. Scary how accurate this is building out. I talk about the impacts of the pandemic on workplace culture, the role of technology in future transformation, the societal adoption, and to this video, how we stay relevant. But yeah, this is a really useful tool. And now what you can do to be a super user of AI is you can actually combine this with NotebookLM. The two together can be incredible. And what you can do, I stress in the paid version of Mapify, is drag the podcast that NotebookLM created and drop it into Mapify, and then it builds out the mind map. This really does take you to another level of learning. But there you go. Hopefully these two solutions will help. There isn't, I think, combined many topics that we can't become very, very knowledgeable on. So I hope you found this useful and progresses your journey into AI solutions. I've got a heap more to share over the weeks and months ahead, and I'll continue this series along. But let's just check in with Roxy and see if she's learned anything from her AI dog training.
Give us a wave. Good girl.
So brilliant. Who knew my dog can now wave? Well, that's it for this installment. So let's continue to stay curious, stay interested, but most of all, stay relevant and ahead in the future of us.